Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN, presented by Gatorade. The hits keep coming here in Rosemont, Illinois. Game 2 of Series 2 from Parkway Bank Sports Complex. And we have got two teams desperate for a W. It's a rematch of a game we saw just yesterday on this field. Team Taylor taking on Team Filler. This is Series 2. We've got a whole bunch of games that have taken place, and we have new stars that have shown up in the pro softball world, and none bigger, none shinier than Sydney McKinney. McKinney was an all-everything player at Wichita State, and now she's doing it against the best of the best. Look at the numbers. A .455 batting average with some thump. She has been a difference maker as a shortstop for Team Taylor. Well, this is what Athletes Unlimited AUX Softball is all about. You got 42 of the best softball players in the world, divided 3 ways, 14-player teams that change with every series. In total, every 3 series, when it's all said and done, we will have one individual champion crowned, and we do that by way of a point system, which is innovative, which is groundbreaking, which works. Points are awarded for virtually everything you do on the diamond, including winning an inning as a team, winning the ball game, and having MVP votes at the end of a game. All right, we'll get all to that in a moment. So glad you found us. Game 2 of 2 on a Monday evening here in Rosemont with my partner, 2-time All-American Madison Shipman. I am Eric Collins, and what makes this game interesting tonight is this is a rematch, Madison, of a team, 2 teams that we saw yesterday on this field playing against each other.
Well, and it's Team Taylor that was the doubleheader team yesterday, did not fare well yesterday, so they're looking to bounce back today. Team Filler in game 2 of the doubleheader today, they lost to game 1, so they're looking for redemption. So both of these teams looking to bounce back from earlier today, hoping that they can get it done with the offense, because so far in this AUX season, it has been all about the offense, and we saw the offense again on display in game 1 from Team Leach.
Well, the opportunity to score first will be given to Team Taylor. They are designated as the visiting team. So let's take a look at the lineup card for Nadia Taylor, who is this week's captain of Team Taylor. Sydney McKinney, talked about her a moment ago. She has been a revelation out of the leadoff spot, hitting over .450. Victoria Hayward, former Olympian, took home a bronze a couple of years ago for Canada. Nadia Taylor, the captain, puts herself in the 3-hole. Deja Mulipola, a couple of home runs in 2 games yesterday. Delaney Wiz has been a whiz-bang. She's got a couple of homers in her rookie campaign. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, Jasmine Jackson, Kaylee Clifton, and Alicia Ocasio, a do-everything performer, begins her game out in right field.
Getting the start in the circle for Team Filler here in game 2 today is going to be Rachel Garcia, and she has thrown extremely well throughout the start of this AUX season, consistently pumping that high velocity out there from the right side, has a wide variety of different pitches that she'll throw. Throws a rise ball, throws a curve ball, throws a changeup, but it was really that curve ball that she was getting a lot of strikes, a lot of swings and misses on. When she's able to establish, especially outside to those right-handed batters, and then start to work the rise ball up and underneath the hands, she can be one of the toughest pitchers to hit here in AUX. See the different pitches that she throws, the rise ball, fastball, curve ball, and a bit of a drop ball there, both above 60 miles per hour. She'll pump it in there pretty good, and Team Filler looking for a strong start out of Rachel Garcia today.
Huge weapon for Garcia is the strikeout. 18 strikeouts in 19 innings against these great hitters. If you can keep the ball off the ground, out of the air, that eliminates a big part of the trouble. Ball has been flying here through the first series and a half from Parkway Bank Sports Complex in Rosemont. Just outside of Chicago. Technically Chicagoland is what we call the burbs here in Chicago. Game's first pitch, a steamer, called strike 1 to McKinney. McKinney, Hayward, and Taylor batting in the top of the first inning. This is one of the cool matchups that you get in professional softball. You got Rachel Garcia, who the world knows her greatness and did for many years when she dominated at UCLA, one of the premier programs in the collegiate softball world. And she's on an equal level right now with Sydney McKinney, who did not play at a power school, played at Wichita State, all-time great there out in Wichita, but now equal footing, playing against each other as pros.
Sydney McKinney has been so impressive to the start of her professional career. In top 5 in Division I history in career hits in her time at Wichita State.
Uh-oh, Rachel Garcia strikes her out on 4 pitches, and we're underway.
This looks like the drop ball actually moving down and away from Sydney McKinney, dropping that velocity down to about 59 miles per hour. Great movement on that pitch. McKinney not able to get any barrel to it, and that's strikeout number 1 for Rachel Garcia to start off this ball game.
Here's Victoria Hayward. Vic hitting .375. Productive .375. Not only a good batting average, but a great on-base percentage. She's walked 5 times so far through 6 games. 2 Pac-12 alums. Hayward played at Washington. Garcia, a UCLA Bruin. Pitch misses inside. We'll keep a close eye on the leaderboard. Changes every batter, every inning. There won't be a team that's crowned a champion when this is all said and done. It'll be an individual player that is the champion. Oh, my. Vic is just beside herself. Thought it should have been ball 3, but ball hits her bat. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Looked like that foul ball might have ricocheted off of Taylor Edwards back behind the plate as well. Taking a second to make sure that she's all right, walking out to the circle.
It's going to take a lot more than that to affect Taylor Edwards. She's tougher than woodpecker lips.
She's still got a smile on her face, too.
Yeah, got her off the wrist.
Yeah.
That's her casting wrist. She's a big fisherman. Yeah, she likes to fish. May take her away from the lake tomorrow. Tomorrow is that rare off day here with AUX Softball. We'll have a doubleheader again on Wednesday to finish off Series 2. I want good stories, Madison, about what everyone did on their off day. You're on high alert.
I'll see what I can come up for you.
I guarantee you Taylor Edwards is going to find a pond somewhere. Good at bat for Victoria Hayward. Gets yourself a 1-out walk. So good speed aboard for Team Taylor. Here's Nadia Taylor. Nadia, the captain of this week's edition. Team Taylor, first-time captain. 4-year player, but the first time she's ever been a captain. She began this series as the 2nd player on the leaderboard. This is foul, left field side. But yesterday she dropped 8 spots. She began the day 8th, make that 10th on the leaderboard after an 0 for 7 Sunday.
Had a great Series 1, went 5 for 15 with 2 home runs, 7 RBI. Looking to add to that home run total with that first swing off of Rachel Garcia.
Garcia, one of the hardest throwers here in AUX Softball. Nadia can turn around anyone's fastball, though. 1-2.
Good looking curveball there, 68 miles per hour. Good movement on that pitch away from those right-handed batters. Nadia just swinging underneath that pitch.
Two balls and 2 strikes. One game in the books already today. Rachel Garcia and Team Filler lost 13-3. Team Leach playing great. All stems with their captain, Aubrey Leach, who has made every correct decision, played with energy, joy, and precision, smartness, and that has trickled out, and that's the way your team has played this week.
It's been such an impressive outing for Team Leach so far here in Series 2, just the way that Aubrey Leach has drafted her team as well, with the strategy of going with the pitchers first and then going with the hot hitters. Ended up with such a balanced lineup, top to bottom, speed, power, and it's paying off for that team. 18 hits in Game 1 today.
2 balls and 2 strikes. There goes the runner down to second, and that'll be an easy 10 points for Victoria Hayward. Stolen bases plus 10. She's now in scoring position.
Before yesterday's ball game, I got to speak with Victoria Hayward and Nadia Taylor just briefly, and they said in this series they really wanted to work on the run game, try to put some runners in motion a bit more here in Series 2.
Another foul ball. Well, what Victoria Hayward did for herself was basically gave herself a double. She walked, which is a plus 8, and then the stolen base is a plus 10. So she got 18 points without getting a base hit. Not quite a double, which would be plus 20, but still, it's the way you play this game. It's a team game, but it's also an individual game here with AUX Softball.
She moves herself into scoring position as well, and if Team Taylor could try to figure out a way to get her across, that could give them an opportunity to win some inning points here in the first inning. 10 inning points on the line here in the first.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat, Garcia to Taylor. Look at Nadia go. A little bit of everything. Nadia's been a pro for a long time. Longtime member of National Pro Fast Pitch, now a 4-year member with Athletes Unlimited. Still has a joy, still wants to get better each and every year.
Last offseason, focused a lot of her work on her glove, trying to be a more well-rounded player, not just known for her offensive production, but also getting it done over at third base. We've seen her make some fantastic plays so far this year.
High pop-up. Wind's been a factor all day. Amanda Lorenz makes the catch. That's going to be one advantage for Team Filler, is they've already played one game today in these conditions. The wind is howling in from center field, and they know about it from first-hand experience.
And it's still pretty much blowing in the same direction that it was in Game 1 earlier today. Anissa Urtez had to run a long way backwards for that ball, but right at the last minute, the whole stadium could hear Amanda Lorenz calling her off to catch that one.
Garcia pours in a 68-mile-an-hour strike to Deja Mulipola. Mulipola last fall was the champion of the championship series. First position player. First true exclusively position player to be named champion. And yesterday, a 2-homer day, Madison.
That's what she's known for, is the power up at the plate. This is a home run off of Rachel Garcia, who she's seeing out in the circle to start off this ball game, but then got another home run opposite field off of Haley Wagner. Such a strong, compact, and powerful swing that you're going to see from Deja Mulipola.
Garcia tried to get her to chase. And Mulipola's got 4 hits. 3 of them have been homers. A little bit of an off night for Mulipola. She's only going to bat, at least to begin the game. Delaney Wiz will be the catcher. Mulipola is the DP to begin the ball game.
Deja did catch both games of the doubleheader yesterday. Nadia Taylor probably just making sure that Deja gets enough rest for her legs after a long day behind the dish yesterday.
There's Wiz. Still with the shin guards on. Making sure things are speedy, just in case she doesn't bat this inning. She's ready to go behind the plate. Wonderful pitching by Rachel Garcia. She strikes out Deja Mulipola and strands Victoria Hayward at second. A scoreless top of the first inning. Back in a moment. chance for Team Filler to win this first inning. Team Taylor goes down without a run scored in their half of the first inning. Let's take a look at the lineup card for Captain Andrea Filler. Second game they'll play on this field today. Haley McClenny, the Olympian silver medalist. She leads things off. Anissa Urtez, Amanda Lorenz had a good game earlier today, a couple of singles and an RBI. Taylor Edwards, the cleanup hitter, the Captain Filler, puts herself fifth on the lineup card. Jessie Warren is off to a great start this year. Rachel Garcia, the pitcher, will bat for herself. Lily Piper over at first, and Megan Wiggins out in right field.
This lineup for Team Filler is going to be going up against Carrie Eberly out there in the circle for Team Taylor. Very well known for the heavy drop ball that she's going to throw to both sides of the plate. She's going to mix speeds in there as well. But it's that elite moving drop ball down in the zone. She has a couple of different pitches too. Curveball, rise ball that she'll throw in there. But it's really that drop ball that she uses to get a lot of ground ball outs against these offenses.
Yeah, the 3 years she's played with Athletes Unlimited, she has been a ground ball double play waiting to happen. More so than anyone else in the history of this league, she has been able to induce double plays. Halo, Haley McClenny. Called strike. It's been that type of day for McClenny, 0 for 2. Gonna have to battle. She was 1 for 4 in our opener. McClenny's best experience with Athletes Unlimited came last fall in the championship series. She was 3rd on the final leaderboard. Deja Mulipola was the winner. But McClenny knocking on that door was sensational from start to finish. Count goes full, 3-2. McClenny. She began this countdown 0-2 and has battled. Nothing is ever easy against Haley McClenny.
We talk about the communication between these teammates when they're out there, but you see Haley McClenny even communicating with the umpire after she fouled off that ball, wanting to see if that was a pitch that was going to be called for a strike, just so that she knows in this 2-strike count.
Hard and through. Classic Haley McClenny. Leadoff single. Well, our star in the stands here for our second game today is Nicole Mendez. There she is, got number 35, surrounded by the future. I love it. Hey, Nicole, you're playing with Team Leach this year. You're smiling for a reason. You guys have been you've been fantastic so far through the first couple of games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad whenever Aubrey Leach is your captain. She gets you a lot of points because she picks a really good team. So I'm not mad about it at all. Plus, I've made some really cool friends in the stands. What do you guys think? We friends now? Yeah. Yeah, we're acquainted now. Besties.
Nicole, it looks like you've got a lot of young softball players around you. Do you have some favorite players amongst those young ladies that are down there?
Oh, man. It's been so fun to hear all the different players. We've had Odyssey Alexander. We've had Erica Biancastelli. We've had so many different players. We've had Rachel Garcia. Had some catchers in here, too. I love it. I love it. Yeah, but a lot of different girls on different teams. These girls know they're softball players. They know they're AU captains. It's pretty cool.
Awesome stuff. Well, Nicole, you are our star in the stands. We'll be checking back with you throughout the course of the game.
All right. Checking back in soon.
Runner on at first base is McClenny. Nobody out. Anissa Urtez. She homered her last at bat. That came last game in a losing effort against Team Leach. Urtez 1 for 4. 3 balls and a strike. We told you that Eberly is good at inducing double plays. This is a double play situation, possibly. Urtez lays down a stealth bunt, and it rolls foul.
Like the idea of going with the bunt for a base hit in that situation. Had some really good touch on that ball down the first baseline. But a smart play by the defense for Team Taylor to let that one roll foul, because I don't think anybody on the defense had a shot to get Urtez out on that one.
That's a smart play here with AUX Softball. That's a no-lose situation. You can get points for Central Saskatchewan bunt. It's 10 points. Uh-oh, could be 2. There's 1 on to first. Not in time. Stewart Hunter takes her foot off the bag. The throw was wide. And McClenny out. Urtez replaces her at first.
Another ground ball induced by Carrie Eberle. That's what she's put out in the circle to do. Anissa Urtez gets on top of this drop ball just a bit, hits it over to Kaylee Clifton at second base, flips it to McKinney, who throws it to the right of Kelsey Stewart Hunter. Nice slide by Haley McClinney there. And an athletic grab by Kelsey Stewart Hunter over at first base, because I think if that throw gets by her, Anissa Urtez is going to easily move into scoring position.
Amanda Lorenz. 1 out, runner on at first. Lorenz 2 for 4. Probably should have been 3 for 4. She was robbed. Great defensive play. Her first time up by Aaliyah Andrews, who laid out in the gap in left center field to rob her of a hit. Lorenz, the former Florida Gator, California native who went all the way across the country to play collegiately. Had conversations with Amanda in years past. She actually prefers hitting with 2 strikes. Just as locked in, as confident she can always put her bat on the ball, and seems to get extra juice in the body with 2 strikes.
There was one at bat yesterday. We were surprised because she swung at the first pitch, and typically you don't see that from Amanda Lorenz.
On the ground, that'll make it into center field. 3rd hit today for Amanda Lorenz. Runners on at first and at second.
Number 12, Taylor Edwards.
Another hard hit ball off the bat of Lorenz, 79.1 miles per hour off the bat. Couple of base runners now for Taylor Edwards up at the plate.
Taylor Edwards, cleanup hitter for a reason. 3 homers so far in 18 at-bats. Takes a pitch outside. And Eberle's going to have a discussion with her catcher, Delaney Wiz.
A lot of powerful swings here at AUX, but Taylor Edwards showing off why she's one of the best coming from the right side. Her ability to hit so many different pitches. This is a home run that she hit, a line drive over the left field wall on a changeup. Then she gets a rise ball up from Georgina Korick, blasts that one out of the yard. Got a total of 3 home runs so far through the start of AUX. Here's the 3rd one. Just showing off a little oppo power. Hitting that one out to right center.
Three balls and a strike. Make it 2 balls and a strike to Edwards. Runners on at first and at second, just 1 out. Urtez at second, Lorenz at first. Count evens. You're always talking about putting the ball in play, make the defense make a play, but in this situation, if Taylor Edwards puts it in play in the wrong spot, could be a double play. 2-2 pitch from Eberle. Oh my! Deep to left, the wind's gonna keep it in the park. Look at how much the wind keeps it in the park. The wind just howling, and a play made in foul territory by Jasmine Jackson. That ball should have had much more carry on it. There's now 2 outs.
Hung in the air over 4 seconds. A rise ball that she tries to get barrel on top of, just barely gets underneath this one, but so much spin that it continued to carry further and further over into foul territory. That wind is still whipping in from the outfield.
We probably had 3 or 4 misplays, or at least balls that were more of an adventure than they needed to be in our first game of this doubleheader. Wind has been a big factor. Here's Filler. Good strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The funniest part about the wind, too, is even talking to Aaliyah Andrews, she said today's not even the windiest day that they've experienced so far in this season. A lot of windy days in Series 1 to start things off.
Looped foul right side. Andrea Filler, college ball at Boston College and then finishing it off at Northwestern. Played pro ball on this field as a Chicago Bandit, National Pro Fast Pitch. Played professionally over in Italy for 3 years. Now her second year with Athletes Unlimited. Makes Chicago her home year-round. Coaching staff, Northwestern, Evanston, North Suburban Chicago.
Northwestern coaches were in the stands yesterday. Kate and Carol Drohan coming out to support Andrea.
Liner off the glove of the second baseman Clifton. Here comes Ortez and she scores. It's an inning win for Team Filler, courtesy of their captain, Andrea Filler.
Next up, the third baseman, number 30, Jesse Warren.
Another really nice piece of hitting there by Andrea Filler, letting this ball travel. It's a drop ball outside, and you can see how deep into the zone she lets this one travel, just barely out of the reach of the diving Kaylee Clifton over at second base. A good jump by Anissa Ortez comes around to score and gets her team those 10 inning points.
How deep is this lineup for Team Filler if you've got Jesse Warren hitting 6th?
And she has been outstanding through the start of AUX.
Warren 1 for 3 in the first game of this doubleheader for her. 8 hits and 20 at bats. 400 batting average right on the nose. Began the day 3rd on the leaderboard. Now, the leaderboard has shifted dramatically with the win earlier today for Team Leach. On the ground, McKinney across the diamond side is retired, but it's an inning win for Team Filler. Good start for them, 1-0, second inning next.
Juneteenth is a reason for celebration.
It's important to see how far we have come and recognize how much more we really need to go.
It means a lot to me to be able to be a Black and Puerto Rican woman with brown skin on the softball field.
Being able to play during Juneteenth is amazing. Just a look at what it means to be a young Black little girl making it to the highest level. It's an honor to be able to represent little girls that want to be just like me one day and show them that it's possible.
Happy Juneteenth, everyone. From Athletes Unlimited, we celebrate Black joy, resilience, and resistance. Juneteenth commemorating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans. It's been a federal holiday for just 3 years now. 2021, President Biden making it a federal holiday. Juneteenth.
It's really inspiring to hear just how much it means to these athletes to be able to compete on Juneteenth, being role models for so many young athletes out there. See a lot of young athletes even in the stands tonight watching their role models out on the field competing.
First inning went the way of Team Filler. +10 for everyone on Team Filler. They lead 1-0. Delaney Wiz will be followed by Kelsey Stewart-Hunter and Jasmine Jackson here in the second inning, batting against Rachel Garcia. Do not adjust your television sets. I think Rachel Garcia has changed her look a little bit between the first inning and the second inning. Her hair is... She let down the hair. Why not?
Oh, the things you notice, Eric. Yeah. You wonder, maybe because she's in the batting order, she had her helmet on. Maybe the helmet messed up the hair, so then you had to adjust the ponytail. All the things that happen within the ball game.
Wiz, right back up the middle. She's been impressive. Her 5th hit in 11 at bats in her first go-around with Athletes Unlimited. Leadoff batter aboard.
Smokes this ball straight back up the middle. A changeup, a 54-mile-an-hour changeup, and she smokes it right back where it came from. Rachel Garcia having to move out of the way just a little bit on that. And another base hit for Delaney Wiz, and 10 points added to her total.
Called strike one, Kelsey Stewart-Hunter. Rachel Garcia has been her own best friend. She has thrown first pitch strike one to all 6 batters.
Really trying to work that outside part of the plate to the lefties. Not getting that call on that side of the plate. We've seen the curveball called outside to the righties, but not the other way around.
Our viewership is probably through the roof right now out in Wichita. You got Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, born and raised in Wichita, Kansas. You got the greatest Wichita State player of all time in Sydney McKinney on her same team. All Wichita all the time. Foul ball. Warren runs out of room. If Warren can't make the play, no one's going to get it. For my money, the best third baseman in the world today.
Has such a quick first step on those balls. Not afraid to play well up the line, too, but she's also great when she's back behind third base. Oftentimes, that's a big adjustment for those corner infielders with as much time as the ground ball has to get to them.
Third base is one of those positions where you just need to be an athlete, instinctive. You got to do a bit of everything. Charge, chase foul balls, cover the bag, make cuts.
Fielding the bunts, too. She's fielded a lot of them barehanded because you don't have time with the speed of some of these athletes to transfer the ball from the glove to the hand. Fielding them on the run, making consistently good throws over to first base. She's been really impressive in her outing so far this season.
Hitters at this level, it's so hard to get strike three past them.
A lot of them are just elite bat ball hitters, too. Even that highlight reel of the home runs that we've seen from Taylor Edwards throughout AUX, that changeup off of Ocasio down close to her shins, and she's still able to get solid barrel on it.
Beautiful pitch. Surprise Stewart-Hunter. Third strikeout for Garcia.
Number 24, Jasmine.
Garcia continues to pound the strike zone. After a couple of foul balls, she goes with the changeup inside. Freezes up Kelsey Stewart-Hunter for her third strikeout so far this evening.
Here's Jasmine Jackson. Down the left field line, that is a foul ball. Amanda Lorenz helping out the umpires, saying foul ball.
Yep, there she is. Always a smile on her face, letting everybody know.
She's the best. She's the best.
Another solid hit, just tailing left. There it is, letting everybody know it's foul.
Jasmine Jackson has been part of every season with Athletes Unlimited Softball. Former Cal Golden Bear. Jasmine, one of the really interesting players you get a chance to talk to here with Athletes Unlimited. Very worldly, has done a lot of things, interested in a lot of different things. Cosmopolitan, international. She actually played internationally, pro ball, right after graduating from Cal. Spent a year playing in Italy professionally back in 2018. On the ground, Piper gets the lead out at second. 2 down. And what that does, with 2 outs, it replaces Wiz at first with really good speed in Jackson. Maybe an opportunity to run for Jackson. It would help her cause and also help Team Taylor's cause. Kaylee Clifton from Wayne, Oklahoma. Called strike 1. Should end the inning. Urtez bobbles, has enough time, makes the play. So the leadoff single by Delaney Wiz does no damage. Rachel Garcia, another good inning.
Those points had on relief the victorious captain in game 1.
The College World Series continues tomorrow afternoon with another elimination game. TCU going to take on Oral Roberts. Game starts at 2 Eastern, 1 Central on ESPN and ESPN Plus in English and in Spanish. This is a rematch of the first game of the series that Oral Roberts won 6-5. It's win or go home time. Well, we got a new pitcher. 2 innings into the game, Georgina Cork going to come out of the pen, replacing Carrie Eberly.
Going to be a different look, too, that you're going to see from Georgina Cork in the circle. Throws it with some pretty good velocity. The key to her success, though, is having so many different pitches that she can go to. She's going to mix speeds in there. What was really impressive yesterday was her ability to utilize the curveball away to the right-handed batters. 4 of the 5 strikeouts that she got in yesterday's ball game were looking. That just tells you how good of a pitch it was.
Saw a note earlier today that Georgina Cork, big day for her. She was named to the Great Britain roster for the WBSC World Cup, which will be played later this summer in Ireland. So congratulations, Georgina Cork. It's going to be a busy summer softball-wise.
There's also a new catcher into the game, Mulipola.
Rachel Garcia,
To catcher.
batting for herself. She has thrown 2 shutout innings. She's gotten 6 outs as a pitcher. Every out you get is a +4, so she's already +24. Her team won the first inning. That's an extra 10. She's a +34 without even taking a swing at the plate. That's the power of being a two-way player.
Saw Rachel play a little bit of first base in the game 1 today, too. Truly can do everything out there on the field. Got the opportunity to watch her practice earlier this week. She was taking ground balls over at third base, over at shortstop. Just an incredible athlete as Georgina Cork gets her to strike out on that changeup. And let's take a look at yesterday's performance by Georgina Cork, why she's one of the best arms here at Athletes Unlimited. Changeup outside, gets her looking, then goes with the curveball way outside, just continues to nail that location, pitch after pitch, knowing that she was getting that call, just kept going to it. We're seeing her go to it again here tonight.
Here's Lily Piper.
Here's the location of those strikeouts. You can see her really working those pitches away to those right-handed batters. The accuracy that she shows when she's in the circle, too. Another reason why she's so difficult to hit against. She can hit the same location, pitch after pitch.
2 appearances yesterday, 6 innings, just 1 earning. And she helps her own cause, no walks. Piper! Play is made by Jackson, 2 down.
The right fielder, number 25, Megan Wiggins.
Carrie Eberly only throwing 1 inning in this ball game. The benefit of not having to play the doubleheader is you can pretty much unload all of your pitchers today and knowing that you have the day off tomorrow. Team Filler was starting to make some pretty good contact off of Carrie Eberly's drop ball, so very quickly into this ball game, Nadia Taylor decides to make the change and bring in Georgina Cork here in the bottom of the 2nd.
Megan Wiggins. Veteran, played collegiately at Georgia. 2 for 3 earlier today. Ball and a strike to Wiggins. Talked to Georgina Cork before, and she is an interesting person. Majored in marine biology at South Florida, also received her master's degree in global sustainability from USF. Really cool stuff, gonna make a difference. Oh, miscommunication. The catcher was thinking that Nadia Taylor, that's Mulipola behind the plate, she thought that Nadia Taylor was gonna call her off, and Nadia never did.
Typically those corner infielders have the right of way on those fly balls because it is such a difficult play for these catchers to make, looking straight up. You add in the wind and how it's been affecting these fly balls as well.
Foul ball, third base side.
I thought off the bat that fly ball into foul territory was Nadia Taylor's ball all the way.
Well, Megan Wiggins isn't going to complain. Wiggins lives and dies with every at bat. Would have been burned up if she had popped out. Foul territory. Now she's got another life. Off the glove of Stuart Hunter, but Johnny on the spot, Kaylee Clifton. That is a 3-4-3 put out at first base. It is a tied second inning. We've got rollover points when we come back for the third. One of my favorites, Amanda Lorenz, wearing a microphone. She's smiling right now. Her team leading Team Taylor 1-0. Amanda wearing that microphone. Let's go into the game with Air National Guard.
That could be your fantasy. Oh, dang it. Talking shit, looking fun.
Love you guys.
Ball, 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 ball. Good job, niece. Good job. Sorry, I thought it was coming way more close to me. Good job. Yeah, I should have hit it over the fence. But hey, but beggars can't be choosers. I will take a single.
Amanda Lorenz. Good stuff. She's called ball, ball, ball coming in from left field. You're a shortstop. When you heard a left fielder, was it always ball, 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 or was it I got it, I got it, I got it?
We always went with ball, ball, ball.
Huh,
yes.
okay.
Yep, so I'm used to. And as soon as the left fielder said that, I immediately dove out of the way. It was their ball all the way.
Amanda Lorenz was part of that first inning that saw Team Filler draw first blood. Amanda got a single right in the middle of that rally. Eventually a run scored on an RBI single by the captain, Andrea Filler. Alicia Ocasio leads things off. It'll be Ocasio and then back to the top of the order, Sydney McKinney and Victoria Hayward. Ocasio, who won the championship season back in 2021. Off to a slow start here in AUX Softball. Middle of Series 2, looking for her first hit. She's 0 for 4. Full count, 3-2. Our star in the stands, Nicole Mendez, standing by. We're going to bring her back in a moment. High pop-up. It's going to stay in the infield. Urtez makes the play. Ball bubbles up a little bit, but she hangs on. One down. Let's check back in with our star in the stands, Nicole Mendez. Nicole, I want you to settle something for me. Either confirm it or tell me what you do. As an outfielder, a ball's hit to you shallow in the outfield. What do you say when you want to tell the infielder that it's your ball?
I say ball all the way.
You do?
I let them know all the way. Ball, ball, ball.
Is I got it too much verbiage or something? Is it too long or something? What happened to I got it?
There's a lot of a lot of syllables into that. I did hear something interesting, though, with Arkansas. Sometimes they just say, get out if you want the ball. So they'll say, get out, get out, get out, and then they'll have it. So I don't know. I've always heard ball, though. I'm with Shipman on that one.
Nicole and I are on the same page.
We're
We
on
are
the same
used
page.
to just hearing ball, and as soon as I heard that as a shortstop, I immediately was running as far out of the way as possible to make sure that my outfielder had a clear lane for the ball. But I know you were an analyst at times throughout this softball season, so I'm going to put you back into this analyst role right now. Watching Rachel Garcia, what is it that makes her so effective out there in the circle?
I mean, she's somebody who is not just throwing the ball mindlessly. She knows what pitches she wants to throw. She always has a setup pitch. Like that one, for example, that one was high and away. That is going to be used for the next pitch. It's going to be used for setup timing. What she does best, though, is create huge spreads. So she's going to speed up hitters and then slow them down, or slow them down and speed them up. And she wants to keep the hitters off balance. And I think she's one of the few pitchers in AU that can really go the distance with 7 innings. I mean, look at how many innings she already has underneath her belt. It's kind of impressive. She's a workhorse for sure, but it's because she's smart with her pitch count and she controls it really well.
One of the underrated part of her game, in my opinion, is her defense. And I saw her practicing over at third base, over at shortstop. She can truly do it all. Is she one of those players that just amazes everybody when she's out there competing?
She's honestly one of those athletes that's just few and far between. Looking at Rachel, Megan Faramo, she hasn't hit yet, but since she's been on my team the last 2 weeks, I've seen her take BP. We've seen it in the World Series. She can smash as well. I don't know, something about UCLA, it's been unreal to see the kind of athletes that they create and to see how competitive they are. I think if you're competitive, you can do anything you really put your mind to.
And now, Nicole, I want to ask you about your team this series, Team Leach. Something that seems to be a point of emphasis for you guys is creating chaos on the base paths. Is that something that you guys are talking about throughout these ball games?
Yeah, I mean, Aubrey, she's a great captain, and I'm sure you're a favorite of hers. She talks about you all the time, but being able to create chaos, like you said, is pushing the envelope. We want to get all the points. I mean, we were trying this past game, but being able to push the envelope and make the other team feel the pressure, not just whenever we're hitting, but on the base path. Are we going to take an extra base? Are they expecting it? Especially, we've seen it come into play multiple times last game and this game. The wind is crazy. So taking the most of the confusion, taking most of the miscommunication and say, okay, can I take another base? That's going to score a run. That's going to get you 10 points for your team. So Aubrey, she's aggressive. She's competitive. She wants it all. So we're falling right behind her lead.
Nicole, thank you so much. Wonderful stuff. I'm learning from you. Fantastic
Ball,
stuff.
ball, ball.
That's it. Yes. We'll check back in with you a little later on. 2-out base hit, Victoria Hayward. She's been aboard twice. Vic walked back in the first inning, now gets herself a single. Remember, her last time up, she stole a base. So that's going to be a possibility with 2 outs. I've been watching Victoria Hayward for years, and the way she plays, it's death by 1,000 cuts. Gets hit with a pitch, walks, lays down to sacrifice, does all these different things that at the end of the day, she's accumulating big-time points.
Oh, with the speed that she brings, too, when she gets on first base, it's oftentimes an automatic double because of the way that she can steal second.
It's as if she came up with the scoring system herself. It's like every single way to score a point, she utilized. Nadia Taylor flew out to left her first time up. Popped out of play. Nadia's parents were big fans of arguably the greatest gymnast of all time, 1976 gold medalist Nadia Comaneci. And they said, you know what, we love the name. Let's do it. So Nadia got her name from an Olympic gold medalist, one of the greatest gymnasts of all time. There you go. Oh my goodness, Rachel Garcia just paralyzed Taylor with that off-speed pitch. And the side is retired. That is now 5 strikeouts for Garcia.
Rachel Garcia looking so strong in the circle, paints the inside part of the plate, gets Nadia Taylor looking to end the inning.
We are now 3 days away. NBA draft Thursday, Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Barring a trade, the Spurs, the first pick, followed by the Hornets and then the Trailblazers. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Radio, and the ESPN app. Coverage begins at 7:30 on ESPN, right after SportsCenter. Considered to be one of the most bountiful drafts in many a moon in the NBA. Here's Georgina Koric. Koric came out of the pen, faced the bottom third of the order in the second inning, and was flawless. Now she'll face the top third of the lineup. Haley McClenny, Anissa Urtez, and Amanda Lorenz. McClenny bounced to single first time up after an extended at bat against Carrie Eberle. And I don't know what this is all about. McKinney, it looks like she's heading to the dugout. That's Sydney McKinney leaving the game.
Looks like Nadia Taylor looking to make some defensive changes with our home plate umpire.
Abby Ramirez has grabbed a glove, and I'm assuming she'll play shortstop, or maybe they'll move Clifton over to short. But Sydney McKinney leaves the game. She had 2 at-bats, struck out swinging twice, which was unique. She was swinging such a hot bat, hitting .455 through the first series and a half. But then 2 at-bats where she struck out, and now taking herself out of the game. She's being looked at in the dugout. Okay, so McKinney is out, and it looks like Clifton will play shortstop. She's got the better arm, and Abby Ramirez comes into the game to play second. So Clifton moves from second to short. Ramirez will be our second baseman, and everything else stays as is. All right, so some particulars being looked at with the lineup card to make sure everyone's in the right spot. This is now the 3rd position we've seen Clifton play along the infield. In the last 2 days, she started a game yesterday at first base, then mid-game moved to second, and now she's over at short. She wants to go all the way around the horn by the end of the game on Wednesday.
Are we going to see her and Nadia Taylor switch by the end of this ball game? Versatility, such an important piece when it comes to these Athletes Unlimited softball players.
Hey, there you go. Change positions, ball will find you. Clifton up to the task. McKinney out number 1.
Never fails. You have to be ready as soon as that defensive change is made, that you know a ball is going to be coming your way. Got to want it, too. Got to have that aggressive mentality, because if you don't want the ball to find you, it absolutely will find you at some point.
Clifton's played in every season with Athletes Unlimited, and for my money, she has been the most airtight as a shortstop. So a familiar environment for Kaylee Clifton. Here's Anissa Urtez. Her first look at Georgina Koric, and she probably doesn't like what she sees. 2 called strikes. Couple international stars. Koric, Great Britain. Urtez, longtime member of Mexican national team. 6 years she played for Mexico, including the 2021 Olympics. Had a couple of home runs over in Japan. Team Mexico coming in 4th. Two balls, 2 strikes. We have got 20 inning points on the line. Neither side scored in the second inning, so that inning rolls over to the 3rd. Each inning's worth 10, so this is worth 20. Team Taylor didn't score in their half of the 3rd inning. So 1 run produced by Team Filler will be a plus 20 for everyone on the roster. Woo! Good golly.
Hit off of the bucket that Megan Wiggins is sitting on in the front of that dugout.
On my feet, on my feet.
Again, way out in front. What would be your thought process against Georgina Korek?
She's one of those pitchers that it's really hard to sit a specific pitch because she throws so many different pitches. But if I'm a right-handed batter in this situation, she's been going to that curveball quite a bit. That's something that I'm looking for.
Beautiful pitch. Second strikeout for Korek. 2 down in the third.
Goes to the curveball again after a couple of foul balls off the bat of Urtez. Look at the location of it, not just outside, but right at the knees, painting that spot, that outer edge at the strike zone, and getting that one called for strike 3.
Amanda Lorenz, last hope for Team Filler here in the third. Lorenz with 3 hits so far today, 2 in our first game, single back in the first inning of this one. Both pitcher and batter playing ball in the Sunshine State for their college experience. Korek, South Florida. Lorenz, a Florida Gator. High pop-up win could be a factor. Not for Jasmine Jackson. She's been playing on this field for 4 years. Makes it look routine. Another scoreless inning thrown by Korek. She's faced 6 and retired all 6.
I should be coaching first.
Pressure. We have made it to the top of the 4th inning. This is an old-fashioned pitcher's duel. How about that? Team Filler scored a run in the first inning. That's the only run we have. This is a rollover inning for the 2nd consecutive inning. Whoever wins this inning, whoever scores more than the other team, every team on the roster, every player on the roster will have a plus 30. We're going to talk to Shannon Rhodes this half inning. The pride of Fort Wayne, Texas, played at Texas as a Longhorn, a whole bunch of power, 43 long balls. Good golly. And has had good success here with Athletes Unlimited. Really enjoyed a bust-out performance by her last year. There she is, strong right-handed hitter Shannon Rhodes, coaching first base this half inning. How you doing, Shannon?
Oh, fantastic. Living the dream.
What's the responsibilities of coaching first base with Athletes Unlimited?
Oh, I just do whatever the girls need me to do. Hold Evo shields, hold whatever protective gear they've got. Oh, see you. People's cars are getting banged up out there, I'm telling you.
It's usually a good inning for the offense when you're coaching first base and you run out of room to put some of those protective gears when your teammates are getting on base. What do you think that your team needs to do in this inning going up against Rachel Garcia to get some runs on the board?
Great question. I think hunting a pitch that's down in the zone, Rachel's notorious for that upspin. She throws it hard, up and in on your hands. So seeing the ball down in the zone, I honestly wouldn't be too upset if I saw some balls on the ground. Challenge this team on the ground because the wind is crazy, yes, but we're not getting our barrels out front too often.
Shannon, last fall championship season,
yes,
you finished in 6th here with Athletes Unlimited. You were sensational, really impressive. One of the players who had a better year than you was Deja Mulipola in the batter's box right now. She finished 1st on the leaderboard. Impressions of Mulipola after watching her now for 2 years up close and personal?
Deja is like a silent assassin. You know, whenever, she doesn't say too much to people, but when you ask, she's always happy to hand out some advice. And I always actually watch Deja whenever I'm struggling. I think that she's so calm, cool, and collected in that box. It's something that I aspire to be every single time I'm in the box when I'm not feeling great. But she's one of those players that is going to go down in history for sure.
Shannon, you mentioned getting advice and learning from so many incredible athletes that are out here. Is there anything in particular that you've taken from some of your teammates even this week that you might use in your game?
Totally. I think in the box, I just haven't felt very comfortable. But one thing that Nadia Taylor actually said to me in passing, it was like so minute to her, but it meant the world. She just told me to, just be free. Short-term memory, you never know. Short-term memory is gonna help you in this game, especially in this league. Everything happens so fast. And you look at the leaderboard and it can get away from you. You can start spiraling. So just letting it go on to the next, taking it one pitch at a time, and just keep pressing forward, trusting the process.
We know that we always talk about how important the mental side of the game is, especially when it comes to hitting up at the plate. Is there something that you tell yourself when you're up at the box to make sure that you're just focusing one pitch at a time?
I think that's part of my mental game in general, but one thing that you kind of have to do in this league, especially with the pitchers being as dominant as they are, is just competing one pitch at a time. No matter if you foul it off, hard straight back, it doesn't mean the next one's going to be the same thing. So just staying in it, competing one pitch at a time, keeping your breath and keeping your rhythm is really important.
Well, Shannon, thank you for your time. We've got 2 outs, and I don't want to run the risk of making a mistake here, but we want to listen in. Is the way that you converse with your teammates and follow the game. So your microphone's on. We're just going to listen.
Gotcha. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Stewie. So what? Here we go, buddy. Hey, you win it, baby, right here. See you. What were you asking?
No, I just said just make sure you're ready to go at.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel Garcia needing a new ball.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm ready.
Just eavesdropping there with
Yeah.
Shannon and her captain, Nadia
At all.
Taylor. With the
Here we go.
shortstop, Sydney
Yes, Stewie.
McKinney, out of the game. There's
Just one. All it takes is
some
one.
movement that needs to be made, and
All
maybe
it
that's
takes
what
is one.
Nadia Taylor's talking about.
Yeah. Atta girl.
So
Hey,
much
you're seeing
strategy
it, you're
that goes
seeing
into
it.
these ball
Trust.
games, and you can see these team
Trust.
captains really relying on the facilitators, but also their teammates to
base
try
runner,
to
Stewie,
formulate
you
the best
win.
strategy to not just win the ball game, but win each individual inning as well.
Yes, atta girl. Way to foul it off. What a fight.
And
What
being
a
a
fight.
captain is obviously, it's
Way
an
to
honor,
fight,
but it's
atta
also
girl.
kind of a curse. It's a ton of responsibility. You're a ball player, and you're just thinking, hey, my job is to field the ball, hit the ball, run the bases,
Right back
but
in it. Yes,
not when you're a
Evs.
captain. It's a big burden in terms of making decisions. Some people
defensive-
love it,
yeah.
some people don't.
The defensive
Here we go.
changes, the
Here we
pitching
go.
changes, everything comes down to your decision.
Oh, my goodness. And Stewart drilled, and that is 8 points the hard way. Inning continues.
The left fielder,
2-out base runner.
24, Jasmine Jackson.
This pitch is coming in really hard too, 68 miles per hour. Looks like it hits Kelsey Stewart right on the back of the hand too. Ouch, that one did not feel good. You can see her walking it off down the line.
Kelsey Stewart, Tim Walton will tell you, one of the best competitors that this game has seen in the last decade or so. I wouldn't be surprised if just out of spite, she steals second on the first pitch.
Stay hot.
It would not only help her team, but it would help herself. A stolen base is a +10.
Come on, Jazzy.
Shannon's got the elbow guard on too. Talked about how that means it's a sign of a good inning when you start to wear those as a first base coach.
Ready for the one here? Yeah, Jazz. Come on, Jazzy girl. Good eye, good eye. Hey, you're seeing it, girl. Here we go. Yeah, orange team. Keep rocking. It's all good, it's all good. Hey, you'll get it again. Here we go, you're ready. Yeah, Jazzy. Yes! Come on, Jazzy, get here!
Out number 3, right in front of Shannon Rhodes. Nice defensive play by Anissa Urtez. That's how she's made her money for years. Wonderful defender as the shortstop. Another 0 thrown up there by Rachel Garcia. 1-0 game. Bottom of the 4th when we come back. In her past, Anissa Urtez has been the Defensive Player of the Year with Athletes Unlimited, and she hasn't slipped a bit. She is still elite with a glove on her hand.
An incredible play to end this last inning. A hard hit ball off the bat of Jasmine Jackson. She has to move to her right, goes down to her knees, and throws a perfect strike across the diamond to Lily Piper to get the 3rd out of the inning. Her team loves it. Made that play look so easy, but the level of difficulty is off the charts for that
You were
one.
a shortstop professionally, a very good one. That ball had spin on it.
Had spin, and you've got somebody that runs so well moving down the first baseline. So everything has to be perfect. The transfer has to be right on point, but everything was fantastic. And that's the type of play that you know the pitchers love to see out in the circle when their defense has their back on great plays like that.
It's doing your work early. You played that many years and that many innings at shortstop, you know how the ball is going to spin off a lefty's bat. You know, playing on turf, approximately where the ball is going to bounce to. So it's all anticipation and knowing where the ball is going to be. Really cool stuff. Georgina Korick. She has faced 6 batters and retired them all. Got the bottom 3rd in the 2nd, got the top 3rd in the third, and now we'll face 4, 5, and 6. Edwards, Filler, and Warren. This may be her toughest road to hoe. Edwards swinging a hot bat. Filler has had a nice day, and Jessie Warren is Jessie Warren. Enough said. This is a rollover inning 2 times, so this is a 30-point inning. All they need is 1 run. Half swing, that's a foul ball. Taylor Edwards will have to head back to the right-handed batter's box. Edwards, 3 home runs so far this season. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher, but Mulipola doesn't panic. That's the first out here in the 4th inning. Second strikeout for Corrick. Our next WNBA games are on ABC, and it's coming up on Sunday, June 25th. Elena Deladon and the Washington Mystics. They're going to be at the Barclays Center taking on Brianna Stewart and the New York Liberty at 1 Eastern, followed by Nneka Ngumake and the Sparks taking on Erica Agumbawale and the Wings. Another star-studded doubleheader you won't want to miss. The captain, Andrea Filler, softly. Taylor on the run makes the play. 2 down.
Slow developing ground ball over to the left side. Thought for a second it was going to make its way over to Kaylee Clifton, but smart play by Nadia Taylor. You can see her even talking about the spin that hit had on it. She had to charge it. Threw it on the run for out number 2.
It seems like we've got Jenny Finch throwing against Kat Osterman. This is an old-time pitcher's duel. Woo! Laser beam off the bat of Jessie Warren.
85.4 miles per hour off of her bat on that foul ball.
Jessie Warren. First look at Georgina Corrick. And again, way out in front. If you're Corrick, do you take note of that?
Well, and I think that's why you see Corrick, when she's throwing the ball inside, she's missing in that right-handed batter's box. And that's a pitch as a right-handed batter that it's really difficult to keep your hands inside long enough to hit that ball fair. So she keeps throwing them inside, knowing that she's going to turn on them and hit them foul. Now she's ahead in the count.
Good pitching by Corrick. Gets a swing and miss from Warren. But Warren able to hustle it out. Inning is alive. So no points for Warren on the strikeout, but what that does is it gives her team a chance to score a run and win an inning, which would be a plus 30 for everyone.
This changeup was set up perfectly by the inside pitches right before. It just happens to skip too far away and allows Jessie Warren to reach safely. A close play, a good stretch by Kelsey Stewart-Hunter over at first.
So Warren on at first. That scored a strikeout and a wild pitch. And I'm going to ask a question that I don't know the answer to. That's a strikeout, but is it technically an out? And does Corrick get a plus 4?
I was just thinking the same thing. It's technically a strikeout, but it's not an out recorded.
You know what? I've been doing Athletes Unlimited softball for 4 years. I don't think this has ever happened.
At pitching points, it says every out.
And that's technically not an out. We still have just 2 outs.
I'm
it's a
thinking that you
strikeout,
don't,
but it's not an out.
I'm thinking you don't get the points for that. That's where I'm leaning on that one.
Ah, yeah. I'm following you. Yeah, I'm with you. That would make sense. It would be a gut punch for Corrick, though, to strike out the great Jessie Warren for what seemingly was the 3rd out, but did not get out of the inning. Rachel Garcia on the ground. I think the point's going to be moot. Maybe not. No, Corrick late to the bag. Oh, that's on Georgina Corrick. She got over to first late.
Number 47, Lily.
And that'll have to be an infield single.
Not an easy play for these infielders to make. You can see just how far back behind first base Kelsey Stewart-Hunter is playing, practically at the second base position. That slight bobble there is what forced her to have to toss the ball to Georgina Korick. That slight hesitation, too, getting over to first base. I think if Stewart-Hunter fields that one cleanly, she might have it.
Lily Piper skies it to right, and the play is made by Ocasio. So looking for some two-out magic. Doesn't happen for Team Filler. They strand a pair. To the fifth we go, 1-0 Team Filler. Not a lot of trees tonight. Just one run has been scored. We play the fifth inning. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited AUX season, Aspiration is committed to planting 10 trees. Stay tuned throughout the season to see how many trees will be planted, thanks to Aspiration's support. We've made it to the fifth inning. Rachel Garcia has pitched the first 4 frames for Team Filler. She's got a shutout cooking.
6 strikeouts already on the game for Rachel Garcia on a variety of different pitches. She's gotten strikeouts on the rise ball, on the curveball, even one on the changeup. Take a look at what she does so well in the circle. Moving the ball all over the zone. A little bit of drop ball there to Sydney McKinney. Gets Deja Mulipola swinging. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter looking at that pitch. Another strikeout for McKinney, and then freezes Nadia Taylor on this rise ball up and inside.
Kaylee Clifton leads things off. Garcia has allowed 2 hits, both the hits singles. Delaney Wiz, Victoria Hayward, that's it. She's walked 1 and hit a batter. She has struck out 6. And I know it's not fair. They're both unbelievably great players. But whenever I see Rachel Garcia, when she gets into this mode, I just think Lisa Fernandez. I can't think of a bigger compliment, so obviously it is for Rachel Garcia.
Both incredible athletes and incredible competitors as well.
Similar body types, both two-way players, both just super intense, wanted it more than anyone else on the diamond.
The clutch factor is something that's always stuck out to me when it comes to Rachel Garcia. Watching her play throughout her collegiate career and now into the professional ranks, just always seems to be that player that comes through in the big moment when your team needs it the most.
Maybe I'm late to the party, but the very first time I had ever heard the term that is now ubiquitous, people use it all the time, the term GOAT, greatest of all time. The first time I ever heard someone use it was back in 2003, and they were talking about Lisa Fernandez. Oh yeah, she's the GOAT. What? She's not a GOAT, she's great. No, greatest of all time. First time I ever heard that term for anyone, it was for Fernandez.
I could not tell you the first time that I have heard the term GOAT, but definitely something that's used to describe Lisa Fernandez. That I have heard. Also, I've heard it being used to describe Rachel Garcia a time or two as well.
Popped up. Out of play. Obviously, Rachel Garcia very well connected with Lisa Fernandez. Lisa Fernandez has been on the coaching staff at UCLA for a number of years. What a recruiting tool that would be. Oh yeah, you can learn from Lisa Fernandez. Three balls, 2 strikes. Garcia knows this is a super important batter here. In a close 1-run ball game with 40 inning points on the line, you don't want to walk the leadoff batter. On deck, Alicia Ocasio handles the bat well. A lot of different things you could do with her. Popped up. It's going to be playable. Warren. 1 down. Get your ticket to the AUX Softball Virtual Fan Fest by joining the Unlimited Club. Hear from your favorite players such as Sis Bates and Haley McClenny. Experience one-on-one meet and greets, giveaways, and more. Join now for just $20 a year at auprosports.com/membership. So Garcia, 85 pitches into her night. Facing Alicia Ocasio. I had one of my most difficult experiences as an announcer, and I came out on the other side okay. Did a college game one time between Florida and Alabama, and the starting pitchers were Alicia Ocasio and Alexis Osorio. Oh my goodness. AOs everywhere, similar sounding names. Earned my meal money.
For the most part, they at least threw the ball in different directions.
Correct,
though.
yes.
Osorio more of a rise ball, screwball.
Hey, look at Alicia Ocasio. That's her first hit here with AUX. Classic Ocasio swing. Beautiful. Smooth lefty swing. Deposit to line drive base hit.
0-2 pitch as well. Up in the zone, it's a rise ball, and Rachel Garcia knew it as soon as she made contact with that pitch. Very quiet, compact swing for Ocasio for a base hit with 1 away.
Ocasio runs well, could be in motion. And we're going to have our first look at Shannon Rhodes in the batter's box. Shannon Rhodes, maybe not so much right now in AUX, in a bit of a funk, but last year, man, AUX play, she hit 3 home runs. And then in championship series play, all she did was hit .375 with 8 homers in 15 games. Those are big-time numbers. She finished 6th on the leaderboard last year. 6th as a rookie, which is very unique. Now this year, just a 133 batting average, but a chance to get her season jump-started here.
You get the feeling with her swings, too, that at any moment she could just bust open and have a big swing, and you know her team could really use it here with the runner on board.
Rhodes is batting in the spot that was originally occupied by Sydney McKinney. Rookie shortstop batted twice, struck out both times, and then came out of the game in the middle of an inning defensively. High drive to center field. Nothing slips past McClenny. 2 down.
Center fielder, number 1, Victoria Hayward.
So the last hope for Team Taylor in the 5th inning is Victoria Hayward. In a game in which your team has not scored any runs or won an inning, Victoria Hayward has accumulated 28 points. A single, a walk, and a stolen base. Classic Victoria Hayward. Lorenz cuts off the ball in left and throwing behind Ocasio. Ocasio just barely able to get back to the bag. So 2 consecutive hits for Hayward against Rachel Garcia. Her wonderful night continues.
Another good piece of hitting by Victoria Hayward. This pitch well off of the plate, but she throws her barrel at it, drops it out into left field, and look at the way that Amanda Lorenz is going to cut off this ball, immediately look up and throw the ball to second base. Ocasio thought for a second about possibly going to third, but had to retreat back to second with that strong throw from Lorenz.
Huge opportunity for the captain, Nadia Taylor, trying to get something going for her team. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. As a first-time captain, Nadia looking for her first hit here in Series 2. Now would be a great time. Out of play. 0-2. Garcia has struck out 6. She has at least 1 strikeout in every inning, but doesn't have one here in the 5th. Chopper, gonna be a tough play. Warren, out at first. Jesse Warren didn't panic. And the play is made. Nadia Taylor wondering whether or not she should challenge it, and they say, nope, it's not gonna work, Nadia. So no coach's challenge, no captain's challenge. And the half inning is over. Rachel Garcia still has that shutout going through 5 innings. So it's a 1-0 lead for Team Filler. We've got 40 inning points on the line when we come back in a 1-0 game in a moment.
To buy yours today.
Team Filler leads Team Taylor 1-0. Rachel Garcia zeros thrown up against Team Taylor. 5 shutout innings for her. There was actually a captain's challenge while we were gone. Nadia Taylor, the captain, using her captain's challenge, wondering whether or not she was safe at first. It was a quick decision. The call was upheld, so out number 3. Folks, be sure to get your gear, including player name and number tees and AUX Softball merchandise. A lot of good stuff there. Go to shop.ausports.com to buy yours today. We're going to check in again with Nicole Mendez. And Nicole, you played in a lot of huge games as a high-level collegian. You played here in AUX and AU for a while now. What do you think about an old-fashioned pitcher's duel as a position player?
Oh my gosh, I love to see the pitcher's duel because the hitters here at AUX and AU, they're phenomenal. They're the best of the best. They're here at AUX, the top 42 hitters, maybe even less because some of these pitchers don't hit. So you don't see a lot of pitcher's duels this far in. I mean, I think of our game, we had 18 hits just for our team. So it's kind of rare whenever you see that. And to see the way that Georgina Korick and Rachel Garcia have gone back and forth, it's just telling you, one, they are throwing moving pitches. It's moving late. It's missing barrels. They're getting a lot of ground balls, a lot of hitters out of great positions. You love to see that, but two, they're great at hitting their locations really well. If you watch Georgina Koric, she spots really well, and they never stay in one place too long. That's what's been effective with him. Team Blue, they came out hot because they really wanted to get these points, and they got the first run, but I mean, we've seen 3 scoreless innings going into the 4th. Who knows? There's a lot of points up for grabs. So the team that can make the adjustment on these really good pitchers, that's going to be the team that gets a lot of points. And if you're Team Blue on this doubleheader, I mean, you're going to want all the points that you can get.
And we were talking about one of the things that makes Georgina so difficult to hit against in the circle is she has so many different pitches and speeds that she can throw at these batters. So when it comes to trying to decide to make a game plan to step into the box against Koric, what would you be telling yourself if you're in this ball game?
Whenever you have a pitcher that can spot different locations and different speeds, if you try to hit all of them all at once, it's not going to work out too well for you. So sitting a certain side or sitting a certain speed can really help you out as a hitter, and then just think, all right, I'm just going to drive it. For me, I have a feeling that she likes to throw me outside a lot. So most of the time I'll sit outside, or she likes to throw me inside a lot. I'm just going to sit that inside half and really try to drive whenever she gives me that pitch.
All right, Nicole, I don't want to give too much away with your scouting report, but I'm curious. I'm going to ask this question to you, and I ask this to Madison. You know, 2 elite hitters, speed, location, spin. What is the most difficult thing for you as a hitter to deal with? Speed, location, or spin?
I would say it'd either be spin or location. A pitcher can throw just a fastball, but if they can spot it really well, it's really hard to be able to handle that. But then spin, they could throw it right down the middle, but if it's super spinny, even if you make good contact with it, it might just spin right off your bat. So I would say one of those two. Speed's probably the easiest thing to catch up to.
See, Nicole, I'm happy to give away my scouting report because I am several years retired, and I am right there with you. It's the location and the spin. If a pitcher could go out there and nail that low and outside corner with a little bit of drop movement on the spin, I was not going to get a hit. It was going to be a really rough day for me up at the plate. And I want to talk to you just briefly about some of the infield defense that we've seen. Anissa Urtez made a great play from her knees over at shortstop. We saw Jessie Warren running a long way to throw that ball on the run. What has impressed you so much of the defense that we've seen in this ball game?
It's the ability to make quick decisions, quick reactions, and they're able to know, all right, I made this play, but I know who's at the plate. I know I have to release it quickly. They know that they're playing extra deep because of how hard these hitters hit the ball, but they're able to make, okay, I make this play, throw it over to first quickly. I don't have time to shuffle. I don't have time to double pat. Just as soon as I can, get it over to my first baseman. It really helps at Stewart. She's been phenomenal over at first. A lot of picks, a lot of grabs, snags out of the air. Whenever you have a first baseman like that, it makes it a lot easier on your fielders making those throws.
Nicole, it's been a joy talking to you and picking your brain. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Enjoy the game with all your newfound friends.
Oh my gosh, all my friends. They were cheering super loud earlier, so it was great. I've been loving it.
We've got a situation here. You got to run on it first. Nobody out. Haley McClenny, one of the best in the world right now, in the batter's box with a chance to make a difference. Should Team Filler score just 1 run here in this bottom of the 5th inning, it would be a plus 40 for all 14 players on the roster. Wiggins at first. Outside, hitters count 3-1 to McClenny. This is now the second look for everyone in the lineup at Georgina Koric. It's been a tough start to the week for Team Taylor. They lost 2 games yesterday. Now being shut out in the bottom of the 5th inning. This is an important half inning. Don't want to lose this inning because that is the lion's share of all the inning points that we'll have today. Every inning's worth 10. If it's tied, they roll over. So this is a 40-point inning. Half swing into left. Jackson. First out. Now Georgina Koric has been a huge story today. With more on her, let's check in with Savannah Collins.
Thanks, Eric. You know, this is a situation that Georgina Koric is super familiar with based on her experiences at USF, but she says the difference really for her stepping into these pro spaces is that she doesn't feel like she has to be perfect here. She knows that her defense is going to pick her up. She knows that her offense can turn around and produce, and it takes some of that pressure off for her at the pro level to go, I just need to go out and do my thing, and I don't have to carry that whole load to win games all by myself.
She's been phenomenal. Thank you, Savannah. I've been so impressed with the way she has come on. I thought she was going to pitch an inning or two. She came on in the second in relief of Carrie Everly, but she's pitched so well you can't take her out. And what a play. Unusual place. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter couldn't field it cleanly, but the wherewithal to know that she had an easy force out at second.
Well, and there's nothing you can do if you're a base runner in that situation either. Megan Wiggins over at first base. This is a hard hit line drive straight to Kelsey Stewart-Hunter. It ricochets off of her glove, but she sticks with it, gets the force out over at second base. A nice defensive play and tough luck if you're Megan Wiggins on that shot.
Okay, this is going to be the toughest nut right here for Georgina Koric. Got to get past Amanda Lorenz, who hammers it into the gap. You just saw it coming. Here comes Urtez, waved around third. She's safe. 40 points for everyone on Team Filler. It's a 2-0 lead, courtesy of Amanda Lorenz.
Amanda Lorenz steps up to the plate in this at-bat and knows that Georgina Koric likes to get ahead of batters, works this curveball inside, and Amanda Lorenz turns on it out into that right center gap. That slight deflection of the ball by Alicia Ocasio out there in right field, I think, is what allows Anissa Urtez to come all the way around to score. She even laid flat onto home plate just to make sure that she knew and the rest of the team knew that they were getting those 40 rollover inning points off that swing.
Taylor Edwards softly right side. This will end the inning. Ramirez throws out Edwards, but a huge 2-out run-scoring double by Amanda Lorenz.
Amanda Lorenz coming through when her team needed it the most. She loves it as she's rounding first base. Team Filler up 2.
Go, Wiggs! Go, Wiggs! Come on, Wiggs!
Amanda Lorenz has good enough vision to hit a spinning 70-mile-an-hour rise ball, but not good enough vision to notice that it's Anissa Urtez, not Megan Wiggins, rounding the bases in front of her.
Do you think she's still talking to Wiggins about her run?
Way to run, Megan. It wasn't me, it was Anissa Urtez. Hey, congratulations, Amanda Lorenz. That solidifies 40 points for her team, 40 inning win points right there. And you got to imagine she's going to be in heavy conversation for one of the 3 MVPs available. She's had a great ball game. Rachel Garcia working on a shutout. This may be the most difficult remaining frame. She's got 4, 5, and 6, the heart of the order for Team Taylor. Deja Mulipola has struck out twice against Garcia. Garcia has struck out 6. She's actually allowed at least 1 base runner in every inning she's pitched. There's been some traffic. Pretty nice line. Every out a pitcher gets is a +4. 5 innings times 3, 15 outs times 4, that's 60 points in the circle for Garcia. Also has a single with a bat in her hands, that's a +10. So that's 70, all the inning wins, which is another 50. She's got 120 points right now. We're not even factoring a potential win or a potential MVP 1, 2, or 3. High drive, shallow left. Lorenz has been busy out there. 1 down. College World Series continues tomorrow afternoon. Another elimination game, TCU and Oral Roberts, 2 Eastern, 1 Central on ESPN and ESPN Plus in English and in Spanish. It's a rematch of the first game of the series that Oral Roberts won 6-5. It is win or go home time. Here's Delaney Wiz. Wiz is very confident with a bat in her hand. You can tell just by the cock that she has in the bat as she awaits the pitch. Reminds me of Crystal Bustos. And that is huge praise.
One of the best hitters to ever play the game, Bustos was.
Bustos was so strong.
Just
it's like
so strong.
She was swinging a toothpick up there. Could cock her hands and still catch anything.
And the underrated part of her game, too, was her ability to play such good defense. Over on the left side of the field, shortstop, third base moved incredibly well on that side of the field.
Light tower power, Crystal Bustos. Longest balls I've ever seen hit. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Rachel Garcia began the day 2nd on the leaderboard, and she now finds herself 1st on the leaderboard. She has leapfrogged Aubrey Leach, and that point total is only going to be added to. I guess she theoretically could still have some earned runs and go back, but Rachel Garcia has been dominant here through the first 2 series with AUX.
A lot of gold in that top 10 too for Team Leach, and those are players that are really 1 game behind what we're seeing from these players that are out here on the field right now, because Team Leach is the team that's going to have the doubleheader on Wednesday. But with those 18 hits that they put up in the first game today, you're going to tally up a lot of individual points on that leaderboard.
Rachel Garcia called timeout. Not only did she want to talk to Taylor Redridge, but it looks like she wanted to talk to Jesse Warren, her third baseman. Huh. 2 of the best gamers in the game today, Garcia and Warren.
Imagine Rachel Garcia has a pretty good scouting report on Delaney Wiz, both of them coming from UCLA. We talk about the anticipation factor when it comes to the defense. Always helpful to know what the pitcher's thinking in their mindset and how they're going about attacking these batters.
Wiz able to check her swing.
Last 2 pitches, she's gone away to Wiz with this curveball. Good looking pitch outside. A pitch we saw called for a strike in yesterday's ball games.
2-2. Man, there is nothing that Garcia can do to fool Delaney Wiz. Maybe it's because Wiz is a psychology major at UCLA. Can't get into her head. She just got everything figured out. She can get into your head. You can't get into hers.
Wonder if we might see an off speed here after working the pitch inside for that long foul ball down the left side.
Chased it. That's another strikeout for Garcia. Rachel's 7th strikeout of the ball game.
We even heard Nicole Mendez talking about it early in this ball game, how Rachel Garcia is a master when it comes to the setup and pitches. She worked 2 curveballs away, then throws the rise ball inside to get that long foul ball down the left field line, all to set up the off-speed pitch that Delaney Wiz swings so hard on she actually let go of her bat on the follow-through. But the 7th strikeout this evening for Rachel Garcia.
Last hope here in the 6th for Team Taylor. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter struck out looking and was hit with a pitch. Both teammates, many years. Team USA, Garcia and Stewart-Hunter. Garcia has not had a 1-2-3 inning. Bucking to do it here. History will be made as Athletes Unlimited is bringing the first professional softball games to the Little League Softball World Series in Greenville, North Carolina. That's going to be August 9th, 4:30 and 7 Eastern on ESPN2. You don't want to miss this inspirational event with the heroes of the game competing in regular season games in front of the Little League Softball athletes and fans. 1-2. Half swing. Lorenz makes the play. The first 1-2-3 inning for Rachel Garcia. She's got a shutout cooking through 6.
Filler swinging first pitch deep to left field. She is feeling good right now.
That's probably the best part of my game is that I'm an ultimate competitor. Something that I've really worked on, post-college and into my pro career has been when I see something I like, swing at it 100%. Ultimately, that's always my goal is just try to be a tough out and not focus on results.
First-time captain Andrea Filler. He is 1 for 2 so far today. She is from the town that Johnny Appleseed made famous, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Played at Northwestern after starting her collegiate experience at Boston College. Dual citizenship, which allows her place for the Italian national team. She did during the Olympics 2021. He's also played professionally over in Italy for 3 seasons.
Love hearing her talk about her approach up at the plate, not results-oriented, just focusing on having a quality at bat. Something I really enjoyed watching, too, was her taking BP, and something I didn't realize before I was actually down at field level watching her swing was how deep she lets the ball travel. And because of that, the ball stays on her barrel for an extremely long time, and that's how she's able to hit the ball so hard to all fields and also adjust to the changes in speeds that she sees from these pitchers here at Athletes Unlimited.
Filler and her husband, Kyle Ruckham, both played bat and ball sports at Northwestern. Kyle, a baseball player, played professionally for a bit. Smoked past the diving Nadia Taylor. Second hit in the ball game for Filler. Leadoff batter aboard for the second consecutive inning. 77th annual NBA draft is Thursday from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. And the San Antonio Spurs on the clock. They've got the first pick. I have a general idea who they're going to take. Then you got the Hornets. Then you got the Trailblazers, picks 2 and 3. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Radio, and the ESPN app. Coverage begins at 7:30 on ESPN right after SportsCenter. Jesse Warren, very interested, big NBA fan. Wears number 30 because that's the number of her favorite athlete, Steph Curry. Now she should be wearing 15. Steph Curry wears 30 because his dad wore 30, but his dad only wore 30 because when he went to Virginia Tech, his beloved number 15 was unavailable, so he had to switch to 30. So, because Del Curry back in the 80s wore number 30, not that he wanted to, but was forced to, that became the family number, and that's why there's a 30 on the back of Jesse Warren. But by all rights, if Del Curry had his way, it would be number 15 on the back of Jesse Warren. And the front, I guess. Jesse has been out in front of more pitches than I've ever seen. I've watched a whole bunch of her games.
She's gone to the ground now twice in this at-bat because Coric is really working those pitches. She wants to make sure that if she's going to throw it inside, she's not missing over the plate. If she's going to miss anywhere, it's going to be in that right-handed batter's box.
On the ground, Ramirez wanted to go to second and was probably too quick for her own good. So no out recorded, runners on at first and at second.
Looked like Ramirez went to try to turn 2 before she had that ground ball securely in her glove. Has to move to her left a couple of steps. And as she goes to flip her feet around to get lined up to throw that ball to second, that's when she bobbles it. And now 2 runners on board here for Team Filler with nobody away.
Yeah, because the official scoring is so important with Athletes Unlimited. They haven't been officially recorded yet, but it's got to be an error. It'll be an error on Ramirez, which means if Warren comes around to score, it'll be an unearned run in her spot, and it also means no points for Jesse Warren. Rachel Garcia can give herself some breathing room. She's working on a 4-hit shutout through 6 innings. Nobody out. Oh, that's a smart play. Garcia trying to move 2 runners into scoring position. Lays down a bunt, but it goes foul. Let's check in with Savannah.
Thanks, Eric. After last game, this blue team really needed to turn their momentum around. They missed out on so many inning wins as well as the game win, and you can kind of see that happen around the bottom of the 5th inning when they were able to score. Usually when they come together before they go out to hit, they may say, team or let's go blue. They just screamed on 3, everybody screamed. It was kind of just let that bad energy out, have a little bit of a reset. You can hear some of those old school cheers going on behind me. This dugout is trying to get the good juju on their side and keep this energy going because they've been playing for hours now and they are looking to secure this inning and game win.
Yes, Savannah, they've been on the field for 5 hours plus now. They got smoked. Team Leach just ran all over them, 13-3 in our opener. Team Filler stayed in the same third base dugout, licked their wounds, and have played a close to flawless game here in the nightcap.
All because of the scream cheer, just getting out that bad energy.
Bouncing ball with eyes. It gets through. Filler scores. It's a 3-0 lead for Team Filler, and it's another inning win for Team Filler.
We were talking about that clutch factor when it comes to Rachel Garcia earlier in this ball game, and she comes up with a runner in scoring position, hits it straight back up the middle, uses the turf to her advantage. It actually bounces over the head of Georgina Korick just past the diving glove of Abby Ramirez over at second base and allows Andrea Filler to score in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Pretty sure there wasn't much doubt, but that just solidified MVP 1 honors for Rachel Garcia. 6 shutout innings, 2 base hits, run batted in. This is going to be a monster day for her. Garcia's going to come on and pitch the bottom or the top of the 7th inning, so they're going to give her a bit of a blow. She's pinch run for. Odyssey Alexander is the runner on at first base. Garcia already with 142 points. She still can get another 10 points for winning the 7th inning. Could get another 50 points for winning the game. And if she gets an MVP 1, that's another 60. That's a big time performance. Fair ball. Taylor comes home, and safe at home with a creative slide is Warren. That's a smart play by Taylor. Really, maybe her only chance for an out was right in front of her.
Slow developing ground ball off the bat of Lily Piper. You can see where Nadia Taylor was playing. She has to move behind the base to field this ground ball. In the slide into home, the dive, I should say, into home by Jessie Warren is what made all the difference on this play at the plate. Because she dove in head first, Deja Mulipola has to reach even further to try to apply that tag. Not in time, and Jessie Warren comes in to score. You can see Deja had to reach up for that throw and then come back across to the ground. Really heads-up play by Jessie Warren.
Still nobody out. Megan Wiggins walked her last time up. Right back to Korick, who dropped it. Oh, they're calling it out. And now running into another out. Oh, they did. They should have tagged her. This is goofy. Are they going to call this a double play? The home plate umpire said that Korick had it long enough for an out. If Nadia Taylor had tagged Alexander, this would have been a triple play. The ball was caught by Korick. She's out. Then when Team Taylor started throwing it around the block, they weren't tagging people, which is what they needed to do. If they had been tagging people, it would have been a triple play. Here's an out.
So our home plate umpire is saying that she caught the ball and that was on the transfer, but nobody tagged up to advance if that was a caught ball.
Oh,
as a runner, you would have to go back and tag up to be able to advance to the next base.
Correct. If it was a caught ball, that should be a triple play. And they've just pointed at Odyssey Alexander. She's out. So that's now 2 outs. Are they going to allow Piper to stay at second? She clearly didn't tag up. All the confusion stemming from the fact that the home plate umpire quickly called this a catch and an out.
And Lily Piper is out of our view over at first base, so we can't tell if she went back to the base before she went to second.
No matter what happens, Alexander's out at second because when the ball was caught there, that's where she should have been.
Yes, so that would be
2
the
outs,
out there.
But I haven't seen a way that Piper would be considered to be out.
Here's Lily Piper. It doesn't look like she goes back to first. Now we can't see it.
Oh boy.
Interesting call though, that being called out on the catch by Corrick, because in real time, I thought she dropped that ball.
All right, so what we know now, the batter Wiggins out when the ball was caught by Corrick. Alexander is out because when Corrick picked it up, she threw to third and Nadia Taylor threw to second, which is where Alexander should have been. There's your second out. And I don't know why exactly, but Piper's going to be allowed to stay on the bases. She goes to second.
Watching Lily Piper clearly does not tag up. Never goes back to first. So that throw over to second base actually gets Odyssey Alexander out.
So I think if everyone had a redo, they would call Piper out as well, even though she was never technically touched and they never threw the first base, which is where she should have been.
Yeah, because neither one of them tagged up. So if you're going to call Odyssey Alexander out.
But Odyssey's out because she should have been on at second.
Yes.
She was not allowed to move because it was a fly ball caught. So when Abby Ramirez caught it at second, that retired Alexander, but.
So in theory, if they had thrown around the horn there and thrown
it would have been
first,
a triple play.
Yes.
Oh my. After 5 hours of AUX softball, a new wrinkle.
I've played in a lot of softball games and broadcasted a few, and I have never seen a play like that because I'm still trying to figure out how Lily Piper gets second base even though she never tagged on what was called a catch in the circle.
But nothing ever happened that would, and I'm totally in agreement with you, but nothing ever happened that would have gotten her out. No one ever touched her, tagged her. No one ever threw to first base, which is where she should have been.
True.
We just stopped playing.
But technically, you're not allowed to advance until you go back to the base that you started from. We might have to pull out the old rule book after that one.
Glad you stayed with us, folks. Maybe you saw something you'd never seen before. All I know is my scorebook is, I don't know how I'm going to remember this.
I've never seen before.
It's an L1, line out to the pitcher, and then a force out at second of Alexander.
And then a question mark.
Yes.
for Lily Piper over at second.
2 down. Piper at second, Haley McClenny. Well, much ado about nothing. This is going to end the inning. And the side is retired. But a couple of important insurance runs scored by Team Filler. They lead 4-0. Rachel Garcia looking to finish off a shutout. There we go. We made it to the 7th inning. It has been all Team Filler. They have won the first 6 innings of play. That's a plus 60 for everyone on their roster. One last hope for Team Taylor to salvage their ball game. They will have 3 outs to work with to get something going against Rachel Garcia. Our next WNBA games are on ABC Sunday, June 25th. Elena Deladon and the Washington Mystics going to take on Brianna Stewart and the New York Liberty. That's at 1 Eastern time. That'll be followed by the Sparks and the Wings It's another star-studded doubleheader you don't want to miss. Rachel Garcia gunning for that ultra-rare complete game shutout. She has been dynamic. 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 4 hits, all singles. She's been in and out of trouble, hasn't had but one 1-2-3 inning, but that was the most recent inning we played. Now she'll face the bottom third of the order, Jackson, Clifton, and Ocasio. This one will get down. Jasmine Jackson, a leadoff double. That right there is the furthest that anyone has made for Team Taylor against Rachel Garcia. She's on at second to lead off our 7th.
Wasting no time here in the top of the 7th inning either. Jasmine Jackson goes after the first pitch that she sees, drives it out into that left center gap to try to get things going for Team Taylor.
So Jackson on at second, Kaylee Clifton. Going to be interesting to try and follow along with Clifton. Her team's down 4-0. Clearly you want to win the game. That's what every competitor wants to do. It's a plus 50. You're motivated to win. But just winning this inning would be massive for Team Taylor. Good job right there by Clifton into right field. Jackson around third. She will score standing. That's the first run of the game allowed by Rachel Garcia. Back-to-back line drive hits. Jackson and now Clifton.
3 pitches thrown in the top of the 7th inning, and Team Taylor has themselves their first run in this ball game, and it comes off of the bat of Kaylee Clifton, doing a great job of going with this curveball away, driving it straight through that 3-4 hole out to Megan Wiggins in right field. But the speed of Jasmine Jackson comes around to score.
So what that does, folks, just to make sure you're up to speed with Athletes Unlimited AUX Softball, with the run being scored by Team Taylor, we're now assured of playing the bottom of the 7th inning. Because this inning is still in doubt, even if 3 outs are quickly recorded and it's a 4-1 game at the end of this top of the 7th, we'll still play the bottom of the 7th because 10 inning points will be on the line. Alicia Ocasio. Garcia's thrown 119 pitches. She's going to be brushing her teeth with her left hand for the next couple of days. There were days not that long ago when pitchers would throw close to 200 pitches in a game. Doesn't happen very much anymore. The AU Softball Championship season back here in Rosemont, July 28th through August 27th. Season tickets, 3-game mini plans, group tickets, and more now available. Go to auprosports.com/tickets to get yours today. Another bullet. That's 3 straight hits allowed by Garcia. Ocasio swinging a good bat. She has hits in the last 2 times to the dish. So the bottom third of the order, 7, 8, and 9 against Garcia. A double and 2 singles. And that's going to be it for Rachel Garcia. End of the line. Wonderful performance by Rachel Garcia. Just can't hang on for the shutout. So she will give way. Coming out of the pen, is that going to be the veteran Haley Wagner? No, it's going to be.
Looks like Brooke Yanez coming out of the pen.
Brooke Yanez, one UCLA Bruin, replacing another UCLA Bruin. So we've got a timeout. Tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. Rachel Garcia has been lifted 6 solid innings, but the 7th was a bird of a different feather. She allows 3 consecutive hits, a double and 2 singles, 1 run allowed, and the runners on at first and at second are her responsibility. Those are potential -20 if both runners score. So her line may change dramatically. She's going to rely on Brooke Yanez. Yanez, who started the first game of this doubleheader many moons ago, over 5 hours ago, she was in the circle. I hope she was staying alert because she's in the game now. Welcome back, Brooke.
We saw her down there throwing in the bullpen. One Bruin to another for Team Filler in this ball game. Brooke Yanez going to be a different look coming from the left side, going to bring the velocity down quite a bit from what these hitters have been used to seeing from Rachel Garcia in this ball game.
Shannon Rhodes, that's the 4th straight hit for Team Taylor. Oh my. How about that? The double by Jackson got him started. Single by Clifton, single by Ocasio, and the single by Shannon Rhodes. And this game all of a sudden is in doubt for Team Filler. Nobody out, and the pros pro, Victoria Hayward, will bat. She has already had a monster day. Now, I think we're going to get there. How big was that double play? Could have been a triple play, that goofiness that we saw back in the end of the 6th inning.
Looked like Team Filler was about to put up a lot more runs in that inning. It's going to be a big difference maker in this ball game. Seems like the game plan for Team Taylor coming into this inning started with Rachel Garcia was to be aggressive earlier in the count, not find themselves behind 0-2, 1-2. Swinging at a lot of first pitches so far in this inning, and it's paid off for them.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Hayward perfect so far today. Walked and stole a base in the 1st. Singled in both the 3rd and the 5th. A gapper could tie this game. Rachel Garcia, what we thought was a sure victory, in doubt right now. This has got ramifications for the entire AUX field. We just thought that the given win for Team Filler was going to be an extra 50 points, but maybe not. Look at Victoria Hayward, draws the walk, another run scores. Bases are still loaded, nobody out.
Next up the 3rd baseman, number 88.
So Hayward with 2 walks, 2 singles, and the line keeps moving.
It's all about stringing together those quality at-bats for Team Taylor in this inning. A couple of hard hits off of Garcia, now a good eye from Victoria Hayward brings up the powerful Nadia Taylor.
And Nadia dreaming big dreams, trying to help her team as the captain.
She was looking to hit her 2nd grand slam of this AUX season on that swing.
Taylor does not have a hit so far as a captain this series. She is 0 for 10. High pop up, Wendell take it out of play. What a turnaround. Team Taylor lying dead on the side of the road. They have picked themselves up. The first 5 batters here in the 7th have reached safely. Two and two. Oh my goodness. Deja Mulipola in the on-deck circle. in front of the plate, 3-2. Massively important pitch. So good, we'll do it again.
Get the feeling with Nadia Taylor's facial expression after that foul ball that she just missed it on that swing, fouling it straight back into the net. Getting her timing down, 3-2 count, bases loaded here, all the pressure on Brooke Yanez in the circle.
Ball 4, another run scores. 3 runs have scored here in the 7th inning. Still nobody out.
Number 15, Deja.
6 straight batters have reached for Team Taylor, and that'll close the book on Rachel Garcia unless she comes back in. She has given up 3 earned runs to spoil her evening. A shutout through 6, but 3 earnies here in the 7th inning. And now with the bases loaded, last year's championship season performer, Deja Mulipola will bat. 3 homers for Mulipola already in AUX softball action.
Shannon Sale getting loose in the bullpen for Team Filler, with Brooke Yanez struggling to find the strike zone. Back-to-back walks now with the bases loaded have allowed 2 more runs to come across for Team Taylor.
One and one to Mulipola. We were just thinking maybe could Team Taylor get an inning win here in the 7th inning. Now they're trying to steal the whole ball game. Oh my! Mulipola! Deja vu! I don't believe it! What a cataclysmic turn of events! Nobody saw it coming! Madison Chipman, this is incredible.
All the pressure again on Brooke Yanez in the circle. The bases loaded, going up against Deja. She starts with the ball way low and outside, gets a strike called on the outside part of the plate. After that pitch, I had a feeling that she was gonna come back to the same one. Deja's timing was right on point for that take. Her timing even better on that next swing. A 309-foot grand slam to give Team Taylor the lead in the top of the 7th inning.
Longest home run of the season for anyone with AUX. It is a 7-run top of the 7th inning. Good golly. And you're not going to believe this. There's still nobody out.
This ball just mashed out to straight center field. That backdoor curveball curving into the barrel, right into the sweet spot for Deja Mulipola.
You can just imagine what Team Filler is feeling right now. Game's not over, but they thought this was in the bag.
It was the take before on the curveball outside that my eyes got real wide, just because I had a feeling with the way that her timing was right on point that she was looking for that pitch. On the next one that she got, Yanez threw it to her, and Deja did not miss. Seized the opportunity, knew her team needed it, did not have the game that she would like to have early in this ball game, a couple of strikeouts, but that all goes away when you come through in those biggest moments.
Deep off the bat of Wiz. Caught in front of the warning track by Lorenz. That, my friends, is the first out of the inning. Deja Mulipola standing by with Savannah.
Thanks, Eric. Deja,
walk me through that at bat. I know it's a situation that you think about, that you visualize. How did it feel coming to life?
It felt so amazing. You know, this game is such a game of failure, and I've definitely been experiencing that. So to have bases loaded, no outs, our team needed some mo, and I was just trying to come through for them. So I'm happy I was able to pull that off.
Everybody's been speculating how far that ball went, but I want to know how good did it feel at the bat to where you could say, oh, I bet it went this far.
That gave me chills, but it felt amazing. I knew right off the bat that it was gone, and I was so happy.
Thanks, Deja. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Sav. Go Orange.
Savannah, wonderful job. How about this? Before that swing, literally before that swing, Mulipola had scored 0 points on the day. With that one swing, it more than likely is going to be worth 160 points. They've won the inning. Well, they could win the inning. They could win the game. That would be plus 10, plus 50, plus 60. The home run is a plus 40. And if you get MVP 1, which you hit a go-ahead grand slam in the seventh inning.
She's got to be your vote. She's got to be your vote.
That's a plus 60. So add it all together, that one swing could be worth 160 points.
The mindset, though, hearing her talk about how you know it's a game of failure, but it's all about how you respond to that failure. She got another opportunity, and she came through with the bases loaded. Just incredible power that she has in that short, compact swing, so explosive going through the zone.
Mariah Masson is going to bat for Kelsey Stewart-Hunter. Well, they're all pros here, but you got to feel for Brooke Yanez. She started our first game. What was 5 o'clock local. It's now after 10 o'clock here local time. So she started 5 hours ago, was just kind of cooling her heels for a long time, and I was asked to get the most important 3 outs of the game, and it hasn't gone her way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Team Taylor has batted around in the 7th inning. All 9 spots in the order have hit. Two down.
Left fielder, 24, Jasmine Jackson.
This leaderboard is getting shaken up. Show you a look at the live leaderboard. Rachel Garcia still on top, but we thought she was going to be on top with a bullet. Looked like she was going to be MVP 1. Didn't know she was going to give up 3 earned runs here in this 7th inning. And now the inning is on the line. Game win's on the line. Everything has changed. Jackson, nobody home. Second hit of the inning for Jasmine Jackson. Jackson started off the inning with a double, now an infield single.
Leading off this inning, she truly was the catalyst for this entire offense. Not a lot of hard contact that had been hit off of Rachel Garcia tonight. Victoria Hayward with the 2 hits early in the ball game, but it was Jasmine Jackson with that leadoff double on the first pitch that she saw here in the top of the 7th inning that really got everything going for Team Taylor.
Inning continues for Clifton. Clifton, RBI single. At the time, we were just thinking, okay, Team Taylor may win an inning. They wanted more, they got more. Humpback liner, Jesse Warren, the squeeze, side retired, but massive damage done. A 7-run 7th for Team Taylor.
And the 2022 AUX champion with another home run here in 2023. Blast this one for a grand slam to give Team Taylor the lead as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning. So far in this ball game, Deja Mulipola, without a doubt, has had the biggest swing, a grand slam in the top of the 7th to give her team the lead with that shot. Got her pitch on a 1-1 count and hit it 309 feet out to center field.
She is some kind of strong. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited AUX season aspiration, committed to planting 10 trees. Stay tuned throughout the season to see how many trees will be planted. Thanks to Aspiration support, we didn't think there was going to be very many trees planted. But then the 5th inning happened, and the 6th inning happened, and the 7th inning happened. Look at that line score. All those zeros in one, very binary until we get to late in the game.
If you look at the runs here at the end of the game, you wouldn't believe us if we told you that it was actually a pitcher's duel leading up until that 7th inning.
All right, Georgina Cork did a great job of keeping her team close all day long. Now can she get 3 outs? Anissa Urtez, Amanda Lorenz, Taylor Edwards will bat.
Defensive changes for Team Taylor.
Anissa Urtez does not have a hit, but she does have 2 runs scored. Scored in the 1st on an RBI single by Filler. Scored in the 5th on the double by Amanda Lorenz. Bounces it off her foot.
And number 6, Shannon Rhodes, still in the Team Taylor lineup as the DP.
Looks like that foul ball might have hit right off of the top of Anissa Urtez's foot. Ooh, actually hits off of the shin. She's got the shin guard, but it hit above the shin guard. Looks to be okay as she's walking right back into the box. Now, a lot of pitchers here would go back to that exact same location knowing that the hitter might be a bit tentative.
Strikeout. Cork gets an important first out in the 7th inning.
Left fielder.
Gets her looking on a curveball away.
Amanda Lorenz.
Good way to start off this bottom of the 7th inning. Carry that momentum that your offense just got you in the top of the 7th. Carries it in with a strikeout looking.
Going to catch a little bit of a breather tomorrow. No games, but then doubleheader on Wednesday to conclude Series 2. We'll start at 6 Eastern time. Games at 6 and 8:30 on ESPNU. Amanda Lorenz upset with herself. Gave away a swing there. It looked like Amanda Lorenz was going to be in the running for one of those MVPs. Not sure how it will shake out. She had a ringing RBI double, biggest blow in the game in the 5th until the 7th inning happened. 2 for 3, as Madison Shipman would say, meatloaf special for Amanda Lorenz. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Cork still got it. Two balls and 2 strikes. Called strike 3. Back-to-back looking strikeouts here in our 7th inning.
Georgina keeps getting those calls off of the plate, so she keeps going back to those locations, this time with a changeup outside to Amanda Lorenz. Good frame by Deja, called for strike 3. Lorenz can't believe it, but that's a pitch that's been called throughout this game.
Taylor Edwards' last hope for Team Filler. Team Filler looking right in the face of 2 losses here. Lost 13-3 against Team Leach earlier, and now trailing 7-4 with 1 out remaining here in the 7th. Because they played so well for the first 6 innings, they are going to get a plus 60 in inning points. They won the 1st through the 6th inning, but then collapsed in the 7th. There is no way that Cork is going to strike out the side with 3 looking strikeouts.
She was about to prove you wrong on that pitch. Went with the changeup again outside.
Rachel Garcia shutout through 6 innings, but then disaster striking in the 7th. A 7-run 7th for Team Taylor. Little bit outside. Oh, Cork thought the game was over.
Goes with the curveball again, just barely missing outside of the zone that's been called tonight.
Good job by Taylor. Edwards aboard with the 2-out walk. Cork, who came into the game to start the 2nd inning, that's her first walk allowed. No, 2nd. She walked Megan Wiggins back in the 6th inning. Here's the captain's Filler. Filler was walking on air. Singled and scored last time up. Helped her team win the first 6 innings. Oh, 0-2. There's a strike. I apologize. I had the score wrong. It's now ball and 2 strikes. You don't see a relief pitcher throw 112 pitches very often. That is a foul ball.
Cork came in back in that 2nd inning. Only giving up the 2 walks. Just a handful of base hits, 3 base hits, one of them coming off of the bat of Andrea Filler. Found herself in a 3-run count in her last at bat. Drove it through the 5-6 hole, now behind in the count, 1-2.
Almost hit her. A lot of trust with Cork. I don't see anyone up in the pen. She has thrown 114 pitches. Needs 1 more strike. She'll need another. What a goofy turnaround. Okay, well, better hit the mitt right now. If she walks Filler, Jessie Warren will bat. And Warren can turn anything around. Looped into left field. Jasmine Jackson makes the play. Ball game, it's over. In one of the most unusual games we have ever seen with Athletes Unlimited. Team Taylor comes all the way back after being shut out through 6 to score 7 times in the 7th and steal a win.
That hit by Deja Mulipola, the grand slam, I think is still traveling out beyond center field. She hit it so hard.
We'll take a day off. Be back coming your way on Wednesday with more Athletes Unlimited AUX Softball for Madison Shipman and our entire crew. I'm Eric Collins saying thanks for watching.